Hi everyone, welcome back to another webinar. Again, I hope you guys are finding these webinars useful and helpful for you. Um, I It's a good way for me to relearn some things again that I haven't done in a long time. And one of those is setting up a Google My Business account. I haven't done that in a few years. I used to do it all the time for my clients, but the setup has changed a bit since I have done it. But I am going to show you how to do it. Now, if you're not familiar with what a Google Business profile is, I'm going to show it to you. When you go to Google and you type in either a company name or, a service that you're looking for, then a lot of times it'll be on the right-hand side. But now with the AI features up at the very top of the pages, there's nothing on the right hand side. But if you scroll down and you get all past all the AI overview, which is all of this stuff, you get the businesses. And this is the Google business. That's where you get listed on Google Maps. You get all your business information here. If you've ever looked up a restaurant on Google, you'll notice that they have all of that information here. Some of them even, especially with a restaurant, they'll even tell you the information will show that it's busy or that it's not busy or that there's a 1 hour wait time or whatever. But anyway, you get links to your website, directions. If you click on any one of them, look, this one says it closes soon. This one closes at 6. Ooh, this one closes at 8. So let's go to, well, this one's sponsored, meaning that this Paul Martin Interiors is paying for this Google listing. Most businesses in the aging in place niche are local, so being in this local area is good. But I don't know if you want to pay for a listing. It's probably, well, it could be well over a few $100s a week. Anyway, so this is the what shows up when you fill out your Google business listing. You can add photos and you can constantly change your photos. You've got a link to your website. You can call directly from the listing. You can people can share the listing. They can see your reviews. This is where all those Google reviews show up. You can also get, you have some information, text that you put in there, any social media or other profiles. This is what Google puts in, people also search for, and then again, search results that mention your name or company name. So yeah, it's good. It's a good thing to have, and it doesn't cost anything, although you do have to maintain it. You want to make sure to keep the holiday hours on there. If you're going to be closed at Christmas or whatever, you have a place there to list it, and you just want to keep the information up to date. It's a good idea to change the photos on there every now and then. But anyway, so we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Google Business and why it should be good for you. And as I've said before, it should be good because most aging in place service businesses or product businesses tend to work locally. So a Google business listing is the best way to be found locally. Right now, local search tends to have a very high intent, meaning people are looking to pay to buy right then and there. They're looking for, like I said here, phrases like grab bar installation or home safety for seniors. All of those people are looking for right now, and finding them on that Google listing puts you, right in front of those people. So that's what you want, right? So if you haven't yet Googled your service, your company name, your own name, you really should, because it will show you who your competitors are. I used to have this talk all the time with my internet marketing clients where they would say, well, I would ask them for a list of competitors, and they would give me a list of competitors. But then when I looked online, those were not their competitors. they thought they were because maybe they were down the street or they had dealt with them before. But online, they were not their competitors. They were other companies, other services, other people. So those are the ones, if you're marketing online, those are the ones that you want to look for. So go to your browser, go to Google and search your primary service or your name or your company name. You can even put in your city if you have a common name like acme.com or acme services, I don't know. And if you don't show up in the first page, well, that's hard to do these days, but if you don't show up on the map section, that's the Google business listing, that's what you need to work on. So this is what, again, as I've said, a Google listing looks like. And this is what it looks like when it's on the right-hand side. What I showed you before, it was below the AI listings, up here. But now, yeah, so it's here, but it can normally, at least it used to, always show up on the right-hand side. So, and what I had put in though was the name of a company in this search was Live in Place Designs, and that actual design company came up. So, all right. So that's what it looks like. All right. So here is just a list of some common questions about Google listing. A lot of home aging in place services are home based. And the majority of people are worried about putting their home address on Google listing. So you do not put your home address on Google listing except later on in order to just verify who you are, but it doesn't show up on the actual listing. So you do have to give them your address, but it doesn't show up on the listing. Just like on the Aging in Place directory, I collect the addresses because what if, in the future I am going to be mailing something to you? It's just much easier to have that address and ask for that information. But I will never put the address on a listing unless you tell me it's a business address and it needs to be on there. Otherwise, there is no connection to your home address, of course. And Google listing is the same way. It used to not be that way years ago, but with so many people working from home, they had to change. Will hiding the address hurt the rankings? Yes, it can, because the main purpose of Google Business Listing is to showcase storefront businesses. That is their number one priority. So although they will display your listing on Google Business, they will display it. It won't show up on the map, of course, because you don't have a physical address. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that you should not be on Google listing, because it's just another place for people to find you. And also it's the place where your Google reviews go. You cannot use a P.O. box or a virtual office address. I myself have a virtual office address. I cannot use that as a Google listing. Again, Google listings or business listings are specifically primarily for storefront, brick and mortar kind of places. How does Google verify your business if you don't have a storefront? It used to be years ago that you would fill out a form. Google would send a postcard to that form with a code. You go back into Google, put in the code, and you've got your verification. They don't do that anymore. Well, they still do that every now and then, but the way they do it now mostly is with video verification. We're going to go over that in a little bit. So it's a little more complicated than it used to be, but it's still worth it. Can you set your service to nationwide if you're a nationwide company or a US company or whatever? No. Google does not do that. They used to. They don't anymore. They say that it should be within a 2-hour driving distance. So you list your service, you list your areas. So you list your town, the villages near you, the county maybe, but it has to be within a 2-hour driving distance from your main brick and mortar address. If you are a virtual only business, then only online only businesses are not eligible, meaning that if you never leave if you don't leave the house, if you don't have clients coming to your house, if you go to people's homes as part of your business or areas or territory, then you are not a virtual only business. So those types of businesses can easily, your type of business for Aging in Place can easily be posted on Google Business, unless, of course, you do not go to your clients' homes or place of business to do your work. And the way nationwide companies appear in Google Business is that they do that through their physical offices, branch offices. So if they have an office in LA, then they're going to do Google Business for those offices in Los Angeles, and then maybe others in, Boston. Then they'll do, another Google Business listing for there. But go over these just to give you an idea of exactly if you qualify, which I think most of you in the Aging in Place directory would qualify. Okay, so this is just a review of what is involved in setting up your Google business. The very first thing you want to do is you want to be signed in to your Google account, the Google account that you use for your business. I have a personal Google account, but then I also have a Google account for my business. And then, so you want to sign up under the business one if you have one. If not, set one up. It's free, it doesn't cost you anything. So open that up on your browser, which could be Chrome, Firefox, Internet Explorer, Safari, whatever, and go to your Google account. Make sure you're signed in. And then just type in Google Business Profile on your search, and you will be taken, you'll see Google Business Profile. You go right there and search your business name to make sure you're not already listed there. I can't tell you how many times my internet clients said they were not listed, and they were, because someone did it for them and they didn't remember. So then you want to choose the right category, what services you provide. Add your service area. Again, remember, a 2-mile radius. Add your contact information. It needs to be the same contact information that you have on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on TikTok, on your website, everywhere. It should be the same, because they will check that. If it's not, you won't get verified. And then you verify your business. Now, as I said, they will do postcard and phone, but mostly now it's all video verification. And you're going to see that later, how that works. So the video verification as of this year. So the way it works is that, one, you need a continuous unedited recording, usually 1 or 2 minutes. So in other words, you take your phone and you're going to go through the list of what it is that they need, and you're just going to keep recording. You're not going to stop it and then start it, stop it and start it. You're just going to keep going. And what it needs to show is evidence of business, your location, and proof of management. And I'm going to show you there's a video that's going to show you how to do all of that. The postcard verification, which is what it always used to be, but now it's, as I say, becoming rare. Many home-based business owners found that the postcard never arrived. So Google kept having to resend it over and over again, because it looks like junk mail, honestly. So I guess they're phasing that out. And plus, it doesn't cost them anything to do a video verification, whereas it's going to cost them to do a postcard verification. The phone or the texting verification is very restricted. It's not something that is usually done, but you may be able to do it if you can get the right person on the phone to do it with you. There is a whole slew of steps needed to do that. So I really do recommend what they recommend, which is the video verification process. It's the easiest one to do as long as you know what it is that they need to do. The proof of management that I mentioned before, one of the three things that you need for the video, the proof of management is like keys to your office or to your front door, your business license, any branded materials like stationery or, banners. I mean, whatever it is that you have that shows that you are the owner of that business. The video, again, is 1 to 2 minutes. And the way the natural flow of the video, the usual flow, I guess, is an outside to inside flow. So if you're in your home, you're going to go outside your home to where you can see your home. You're going to video your home. So maybe from the sidewalk or from the street or across the street. And well, actually, that's not true because you need the street. So you're going to start over at the corner, if you hopefully have a corner, of the street address, where the two signs show up on your street address. And you're going to walk up to your home or drive, if it's that far, to your front door. And you're going to go across your address on your mailbox, the address on your house if you have one. It proves that this is your home. You're going to walk in, you're going to put the key in the lock or put in the numbers, and you're going to walk in the door. And then you're going to go walk straight into your home office, and you're going to have your business license or your registration right there on the desk, maybe a utility bill with your business name, stationery with your business name, anything at all with your business name, sitting right there on the desk. That way you can just take the camera right to that particular item. And of course, you want to show your workspace, your office, your equipment, your computer, your monitor, your microphone, whatever. The dog, if that's your associate, whatever. And basically, it's they say here to show your screen that you're logged into your business website or even the Google Business Profile dashboard, which that doesn't make sense unless you already have one and you're just modifying it or fixing it. But definitely have your website up on the screen. That's a great way to show, yep, this is who I am. Although I suppose anybody could do that. But I think having the business license or registration or maybe information from your accountant, addressed to your business, that certainly shows that you are there. You don't have to have your face on the video. You cannot edit the clips. You just have to do one straight take from start to finish. So it may take you a few takes to do it. And again, no PO boxes or virtual addresses or anything like that. You want to make sure that the area is quiet. So if you have any pets, put them somewhere for the time that you're doing this video. You want to enable GPS location on your phone so that is put into the video. And of course, you always want to make sure that the office is well lit so that when you do walk into the office, they can see everything, especially the registration and any, documentation that you have that it's your business. So because I haven't done a Google business for a while and I already have mine for a long time, I thought it would be better to have somebody this is a new website. This is a new video, I think only 3 months old. So it'll show you exactly how to go through the entire process step by step. She does a beautiful job. Whitney Bonds does a beautiful job of explaining exactly what you need. She shows you. So take a look. I think it's a 15 minute video, and it will show you exactly how to go through the process step by step. I just went through it quickly to give you the idea of what is needed, but she will show you exactly what you need. So there's her video. So I want you to do this little mini exercise. which is actually going into the optimization of your Google business profile, which means you're going to make it as internet friendly as possible so that people can find you. So think about, what would your ideal client type into Google? Are they looking for a grab bar specialist? Probably not. They'll probably type in someone who can install grab bars, or someone who can help with someone, I need a ramp for my front yard, whatever. You want to use those phrases, and you can find those phrases on Google simply by, we're going to go back here, we're going to go to Google, and let's say we're going to do, I need an outdoor ramp for my wheelchair, let's say, or for a wheelchair. So it's going to give you the names of companies, whatever. But what you want to look at is and here are the AI. You want to look at what people are asking. These are ideas of phrases people are looking for. And even further down, people also search for. And this gives you an idea, like wheelchair ramp for 5 steps. That's very specific. Outdoor stair ramp for elderly. That's also another phrase. So you want to put as many of these phrases either in the title or description of what you provide, of what your service is. And that helps to get you found, because those are the most common phrases that Google has found, and now they're listing them on there, which is a nice way to do it. So when you optimize it, what you want to do is you want to make sure you have a very good business description. And you can even use AI to do all of this. I will tell you that I've been finding that Claude AI is doing a bit of a better job than ChatGPT. So you may want to think about maybe not doing the monthly chat for a while and switching over to Claude, and see if you find that the information from there is better. I have been finding that the last few days, so I don't know if that's going to continue. But anyway, so you can get a good optimized business description to put into your Google profile. Obviously, photos, if you have a team of people, use photos of your team, photos of your location, photos of your work before and after, photos of your clients, thank you letters, anything at all. Your services section, a lot of people do not, for whatever reason, fill out the services section. So please fill that out, because that lists exactly what it is that you do, and lists everything that you do that you could possibly be paid for. Of course, reviews, you always want to ask for reviews on your Google, on Yelp, anything at all. And this is where those reviews end up going. And then, of course, any posts you can actually put up posts, little articles, little tidbits, hey, today we had a great fundraiser for, the National Cancer Association, check it out, whatever, anything at all that you're doing, that the business is doing. And it's a great way for people to see why they should choose you. What is it that you're doing that inspires them or gives them confidence that you're going to do a great job? So think about what you currently have. Do you have a profile at all? No? Then get started. You have a profile, but it's not optimized. Then optimize it. It's very easy to do. You just get in there and fill out the right phrases. Make sure every section is filled out. Make sure you have your holidays, filled in, so people know that you're closed on certain days, that your phone number's correct, all of that. Maybe you don't know that you have a profile. Then check it out. Type in your company name. And if you don't come up on the Google Maps or on the Google listings, then on the Google business listing, then you probably don't. Or just go to Google Business page under your Google account, And if it's asking you to get started, then you know that you have to get started. And are you fully set up and active in it? Then good for you. You didn't need this webinar. So, but I do hope that it helps you. Maybe there's a little tip in there somewhere that you could use. The common mistakes that most of my internet marketing clients I used to come across with them was they put themselves in the wrong category. The information on their profile was different than the information on their website or their LinkedIn or Facebook. They just never updated all of them. They tend to go in, create the profile, and then that's it. They never look at it again. They never change pictures. Even if they move their business, they didn't change anything. So it's not a set and forget. It's another way to advertise your business, so you have to keep it up. There's no photos. I don't know why people are hesitant to put up photos on there. I mean, it's not that difficult. You just take a photo with your phone and upload it. And ignoring reviews. You never want to ignore a review. If it's a great review or good review, you want to say thank you. You want to acknowledge it. If it's a bad review, you want to say, sorry, I hear you, I listen, thank you, or this is what happened, or whatever. You want to respond to every comment, every review, because otherwise it just looks like you don't care. And that ends up showing up I've turned down businesses for work around my own home if I saw that they weren't responding to their reviews, because I figured, well, they're not on top of things. All right. You don't need hours and hours and hours a week. I mean, initially you may spend an hour or so setting it all up, but all you need is just a few minutes. It says 15 minutes, but I would stretch it to 30 just in case. And just one time a week, add a photo, change a photo, put up some new information, what happened that week, maybe a little story of an amazing client you had or a problem you had, anything at all. You want to respond to reviews. And nowadays with AI, you can easily take that review, put it into AI and say, knowing what you know about me. If you use AI a lot, it'll know a lot about you. And say, what do you know about me? And I need to respond to this review. Can you help me? And it'll give you something. You can edit it as you go along. You can post updates, check messages, anything at all on your Google business profile. It's the best way, the easiest way to get your business onto local maps, local directories, local everything, because that's where they go to look for local services. All right. So if you're starting from scratch, at least create or claim your Google business profile, because you do end up with a URL with your name there. I believe it's with your name. Choose the primary category and add your service area, phone number, address, map, so you can at least get on the map. If you already have that profile, then make sure you have all your services on there, at least 3 if you don't have anything out there. Upload photos, at least 5, and have a system or train your staff or have some type of process where you can ask your clients for a Google review. They have to sign in to their own Google account to give you the review, but it's definitely worth it if you can get it, because the higher the reviews, the more reviews you get, the better it looks. Not that it'll necessarily rank you higher. I don't believe Google has ever done that, but the more reviews, the better. I mean, when you go to buy something on Amazon or you look at the reviews, and the products and the services that have the most reviews is what you tend to click on. At least most people do. Okay, so just a real world example. Let's say you're a contractor, you upload 10 photos and add 5 services and collect 3 reviews just to start off with. Let's say that's month 1. Month 2, Google profile becomes active and it's optimized with relevant keyword phrases. On month 3, you start appearing in searches for a grab bar installation or whatever it is your service is. And 4, first inbound call from Google within weeks. Yeah, well, they don't say how many weeks, but it could be a few weeks. It could be a couple of months, 2, 3 months. So don't hold your breath. But the point is that it is there forever. Well, unless you delete it, of course. But you're not spending any money on advertising. It is a free tool provided to you, to local businesses, to promote there's no reason not to have it, and there's no reason not to, maintain it and optimize it every month. There's no reason. Assign somebody to it if you can't do it. There's just no reason. It can really help you as a local business. So it's easy. Well, the system is easy. Set it up, get your keywords, get your photos, ask for reviews, and keep up the activity on it, and you will do quite well. So before we close, let's clear up 3 excuses that keep so many professionals and business owners invisible on Google. 1, I need a website first. That's not true. Your Google business profile can work independently without a website. You can get leads, you get calls, you can get all of that. Many attorneys that I worked with, that I had as clients, they got a majority of their calls from their Google business profile. So you don't. You can link to your Facebook page if you have a Facebook page. I think it's better to have a website. It looks more professional, but it's not absolutely necessary. So if you're just getting started, then get your business profile going. And then later, as you start making money, then you can pay to get a website done. It's too technical. It is a series of simple steps, and they are simple. Once you watch that video, I recommend that you watch it once and then go back and watch it and do it. But it is really simple steps once you see her doing it. There's no code. You don't have to design anything. The hardest thing is taking photographs and uploading them, and that's not difficult at all. I'll do it later. So many of my clients said, it's not that important. I'll do it later. I said, no, it is important, because you're basically ignoring the fact that you have this free billboard that can go in all the areas that you work in, and you're just saying, nah, that's okay. I'll do it later. No, it's free. Take advantage of it. So you could easily be missing out on potential clients. And, when your clients refer you to other people, those other people are going to go online and review you before they take so-and-so's word. Most people will do that, I think, or at least a good number. So why not be there? Why not be online and show them what you can do and what you have done, and what a good business you are. All right. The final takeaway: your Google profile is not a listing. It's a hand extended to a family in their most stressful moment. Think about that. Your profile says, we're here. We're here to help you. And that place, the Google business listings, are where a lot of people go with the full intention of hiring someone, buying something right then and there. So you want to be on that list, but it's not just a listing. If you think of it as, I am here to help you, call me, I can do whatever you need, of course, because they're typing in the phrase that they need you for. All right. I want to thank you for spending the time with me today. I hope that this helped. If you have any questions about it, let me know. But I think that video that I showed you before can really guide you through the process. If you're nervous or just don't feel very comfortable on the computer and working with all of these, then please get somebody. Get your, adult kids, get your students, get your friends, your kids' friends, anybody, whatever, to help you. People who are very familiar online. Don't you know, aren't as fearful of clicking the buttons and going here and there. There's no shame in it. We're all learning as we go along. I myself have tutors that I use all the time to help me with everything, especially video. So please, and graphics. Oh, those, I can't do those at all. So please, go ahead and reach out and get this Google business listing up and running. It will help you. Maybe not right away, but eventually it definitely will. All right. I hope you found this useful, and I guess I'll see you next time. Take care.